In life, there comes a moment where you realize that you cannot turn back and you can't simply wait for things to improve on their own. The moment when it's not just about succeeding or failing, it's about survival. It's about giving everything you've got, no matter the consequences. This is the essence of do or die. A do or die moment is not just a metaphor, it's the very instant when everything you've worked for, believed in, or dreamt about comes down to one decision. It's the defining point where you no longer have the luxury of hesitation or indecision. This moment often arrives unexpectedly, but it demands an urgent and profound response. It's not about whether you're ready for it, it's about how you choose to respond when it's staring you down. What makes it a turning point? A do or die moment represents a shift in your path, a fork in the road where you must decide which direction to take. It is when your choices matter the most, and it's often a make or break situation that will define your future. This moment can be triggered by various factors, such as an opportunity to take a significant step in your career, a personal crisis, or a decision that could either elevate you to the next level or cause you to fall short. This pivotal moment forces you to confront the reality that things can't remain the same. You're no longer in a position to coast or take it easy. You must choose. Do you dig deep? Do you summon all your inner strength and rise to the challenge? Or do you shy away and retreat into comfort and complacency? This moment pushes you into action and forces you to make a choice. It's the point where indecision can cost you everything. Real-world examples of a do or die moment. The Apollo 13 mission, one of the most famous do or die moments in history, occurred during the Apollo 13 mission in 1970 when an oxygen tank exploded. The crew was left stranded in space with limited resources. NASA's mission control team, led by Gene Kranz, faced the impossible task of bringing the astronauts back home alive. The moment they realized they had to make a quick decision, the stakes could not have been higher. Failure was not an option. Gene Kranz famously said, "Failure is not an option." The team came together, problem-solved, and innovated under extreme pressure. Their ability to make critical decisions in the face of near-certain disaster turned what could have been a tragedy into a triumph. In this example, the do-or-die moment wasn't just a choice of whether to succeed or fail. It was about life or death. The crisis forced everyone to act with urgency, precision, and creativity. Without the team's swift, collective decision-making, the outcome could have been catastrophic. Nelson Mandela's do-or-die moment came when he was imprisoned for 27 years under South Africa's apartheid regime. During his time in prison, Mandela was faced with numerous decisions about whether to compromise his beliefs in exchange for freedom. The government offered him conditional release on several occasions, but each time he refused to abandon his principles and compromise his commitment to racial equality. Mandela's unwavering stance in the face of these do-or-die moments ultimately led to his release in 1990, setting the stage for him to lead South Africa through its transition from apartheid to democracy. His choice to hold firm to his convictions during those critical moments would later make him one of the most respected leaders in modern history. In Mandela's case, his do-or-die moment wasn't just about his personal freedom. It was about the freedom and dignity of millions of others. The decision he made in those moments set the course for an entire nation. The internal struggle, choosing courage over comfort, a do-or-die moment, is characterized by a deep internal struggle. It's the moment when you face two opposing forces, the fear of the unknown and the pull of comfort, the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of losing what you have. All of these fears make the decision difficult. On the other side, there is the pull to play it safe, to avoid risk, and to preserve the status quo. But the defining feature of a do-or-die moment is that comfort is no longer an option. To progress, to achieve greatness, you must step into the discomfort zone, face your fears, and take a leap of faith. This is where courage plays its most crucial role. It's not about having the absence of fear. It's about having the courage to act despite it. For example, consider the decision that Steve Jobs made when he returned to Apple in 1997. Apple, once a leading tech company, had been faltering and was facing bankruptcy. Jobs was faced with the difficult decision to reimagine the company's future, even though it meant taking huge risks and challenging conventional ideas. He understood that the company needed a dramatic overhaul. The do-or-die moment came when he decided to push forward with the development of the iMac, a product that would eventually revolutionize the personal computer industry. If it failed, Apple would almost certainly go bankrupt, but Jobs bet everything on innovation and creativity. That gamble paid off, saving Apple and transforming it into one of the most valuable companies in the world. Why do or die moments matter? These critical moments matter because they define our character, test our resolve, and reveal who we truly are under pressure. They challenge us to examine our motivations and forces us to ask hard questions. Am I truly committed to this? What am I willing to risk? What will I regret more, trying and failing, or never trying at all? In a do or die moment, there is no middle ground. It's a moment that forces you to choose between greatness and mediocrity, success and failure, purpose and complacency. And how you respond in that moment shapes the course of your entire future. Key characteristics of a do or die moment: urgency. A do or die moment comes with a sense of urgency. Burn. There's a pressing need for immediate action, high stakes. The consequences of failure are significant, often life-altering. Risk. There's an element of risk involved, and the outcome is uncertain. Personal transformation. The decision made will lead to personal growth, change, or a realization that will shape future choices. Pressure. You are under extreme pressure, and your ability to think clearly and stay focused will determine your success. Defining moment. It's not just another decision. It's the moment that marks the difference between your former self and the person you're about to become. Conclusion. A do or die moment is the moment that separates those who merely exist from those who truly live. It's the moment where you have to decide whether you'll continue living in the comfort of mediocrity or whether you'll take that leap of faith, face your fears, and rise to the challenge. You cannot predict when this moment will come, but you can prepare yourself for it by cultivating resilience, courage, and a willingness to take risks. When that moment comes, you'll be ready to act, because you'll understand that this is your time to make a difference. Fear is the biggest obstacle. Fear, at its core, is one of the most powerful and paralyzing emotions that humans experience. It holds the potential to keep us from realizing our true potential, blocking us from achieving our dreams, and even preventing us from taking the actions necessary to live the lives we want. In a do or die moment, fear is not only an obstacle, but often the biggest obstacle. The problem with fear is that it distorts reality, making challenges appear far more insurmountable than they truly are. It's the internal force that makes you second-guess your decisions, question your abilities, and doubt the very possibility of success. The most important thing to understand about fear is that it is not inherently negative. Fear exists as a natural response to perceived danger, and its primary function is to protect us. In evolutionary terms, fear kept our ancestors safe from predators and other threats. However, in today's world, fear often misfires. It appears in moments when we face challenges, take risks, or step outside our comfort zones. Yet, those challenges are not life-threatening in the same way. Fear becomes a roadblock that stops us from doing what we need to do to grow, achieve, and thrive. The types of fear that block us, fear can manifest in many different ways, and each form brings its own set of challenges. Understanding the different types of fear can help us recognize when we're being held back and empower us to confront them head on. Fear of failure. Fear of failure is arguably the most common and most paralyzing form of fear. It makes us terrified to take risks, to try something new, or to put ourselves out there because we are afraid of the negative consequences of failing. This fear is rooted in the belief that failure defines us, when in reality, failure is simply a learning experience. Some of the world's greatest achievements have come from people who failed countless times before they found success. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he successfully created the light bulb, and Michael Jordan was famously cut from his high school basketball team before going on to become one of the greatest basketball players in history. The reality is that fear of failure is often based on perception. Most people fear the judgment, embarrassment, or loss of status that comes with failing, but these are not fatal consequences. It's the fear of what others think or the shame of not succeeding that paralyzes us. But failure in itself is not as scary as we make it out to be, because it's simply part of the journey to success. Fear of rejection. Fear of rejection is deeply connected to our need for social acceptance. It's an instinctual fear that stems from our evolutionary need to belong to a group. Historically, being rejected from a tribe or community could mean death. In modern times, rejection can feel like a blow to our self-worth or our identity, especially when it comes to things like relationships, career opportunities, or creative endeavors. This fear leads people to avoid putting themselves in situations where they could face rejection. But the truth is that every successful person has faced rejection at some point in their lives. Walt Disney was told that he lacked imagination and had no good ideas before building the most successful entertainment empire in the world. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first job as a TV host. And Albert Einstein didn't speak until he was 4 and was thought to be slow in his early years. What set them apart wasn't the fear of rejection, but their willingness to keep going despite it. Fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown is the fear of stepping into something unfamiliar, whether it's a new job, a new city, or a new chapter of life. It's the fear that we don't have control over the outcome, and this can keep us stuck in our comfort zones. This fear thrives in uncertainty because our minds are wired to prefer predictability, but stepping into the unknown is often where the magic happens. The greatest opportunities and breakthroughs lie just beyond the boundaries of what we know. Steve Jobs left Apple, the company he co-founded, only to return and revolutionize the tech world with innovations like the iPhone. If Jobs had let the fear of the unknown hold him back, he wouldn't have reshaped the world in the way he did. Every time you step outside of your comfort zone, you're giving yourself the chance to grow, learn, and discover something new about yourself and the world. Fear of not being enough. Fear of not being enough often manifests as imposter syndrome, where we feel like we don't deserve the success we've achieved or that we're faking it in some way. This fear can prevent us from seizing opportunities, whether it's applying for a job, pursuing a relationship, or standing up for ourselves. We feel like we're not qualified, capable, or deserving enough to take the next step. The reality is that everyone experiences self-doubt at some point. Maya Angelou once confessed that she still felt like an imposter despite being a celebrated poet and author. She said, "I have written 11 books, but each time I think, uh-oh, they're going to find out now. I've run a game on everybody and they're going to find me out." Understanding that fear of inadequacy is universal can help you realize that these feelings don't define your worth or your ability. It's important to silence the inner critic and focus on the progress you've made, not the self-doubt that tries to hold you back. Fear of success, it might sound counterintuitive, but fear of success is real, and it often stems from the belief that achieving our goals will come with overwhelming pressure, expectations, or even responsibility. Sometimes success can feel like a burden, and we fear that once we achieve something, it might not be as fulfilling as we imagined. However, success brings opportunities for growth, contribution, and impact. The fear of success can stop us from reaching our full potential, keeping us trapped in mediocrity. Instead of shying away from success, we must redefine what success means to us and embrace the changes and challenges that come with it. How fear affects our decisions. Fear doesn't just paralyze us, it also affects how we approach decisions. The science behind fear shows that when we are afraid, our brains go into fight or flight mode, which is designed to protect us from immediate danger. When faced with fear, our minds tend to make quick reactive decisions in an attempt to avoid pain or discomfort. But these quick reactions can often be counterproductive in situations that require calculated strategic action. When we allow fear to drive our decisions, we may avoid risks that could lead to breakthroughs or progress. Delay taking action, hoping that the situation will somehow resolve itself. Stay in toxic situations, e.g., an unfulfilling job or a toxic relationship, because the fear of change feels more threatening than staying stuck. Self-sabotage, believing that we're not capable of achieving what we want, even when we have all the tools and talents necessary. Overcoming fear. The path to freedom, the only way to break free from the grip of fear is to confront it. Confronting fear doesn't mean eliminating it, but rather acknowledging its presence and choosing to act despite it. Here are a few strategies for overcoming fear. Awareness. The first step is to recognize when fear is present. By acknowledging the fear, you can detach yourself from its grip and avoid letting it control your decisions. Reframe fear. Rather than seeing fear as an obstacle, see it as a signal that you're about to grow. Fear is a sign that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, and growth happens in those moments. Take small steps. Instead of diving into a large, overwhelming challenge, start small. Each step you take builds confidence and reduces the power of fear. Change your perspective. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often, the worst-case scenario is far less terrifying than our minds make it out to be. Seek support. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, encourage you, and hold you accountable. A supportive network can help you face fear with strength and clarity. Conclusion, fear is the biggest obstacle standing between you and the life you want to live. However, the key to overcoming fear is understanding that it doesn't have to dictate your actions. Fear may never disappear completely, but it doesn't have to stop you from pursuing your dreams. By recognizing and confronting fear, you can turn it from a barrier into a stepping stone on the path to success. Remember, the greatest rewards come from facing the things that scare us the most. So choose to move through the fear and step into your power. The life you want is on the other side of that fear. Belief in yourself. Belief in yourself is the foundation of every successful endeavor, every meaningful achievement, and every personal breakthrough. Without self-belief, it's almost impossible to pursue big dreams, overcome obstacles, or unlock your true potential. This belief is the silent force that fuels your perseverance, guides your decisions, and empowers you to keep moving forward, even when the path is difficult or unclear. It's the belief that you are capable of accomplishing your goals, no matter how daunting they may seem. Believing in yourself doesn't mean being arrogant or thinking you're invincible. Instead, it's the unwavering confidence that you have what it takes to face challenges, adapt, and grow. It's understanding your worth, trusting your abilities, and knowing that you have the power to create the life you want. Self-belief isn't just a feel-good concept. It's a necessary ingredient in every personal success story, and it plays a pivotal role in overcoming life's obstacles. Without this belief, the fear of failure, the doubt in your abilities, and the uncertainty of the future can easily derail your progress. Why belief in yourself is crucial. Self-belief impacts every area of your life, from your career to your relationships, your health, and your happiness. Here's why it's so essential. It fuels perseverance. Belief in yourself is often what keeps you going when things get tough. When you know that success is within your reach, even though you may be facing difficulties, you're more likely to push through adversity. Those who believe in themselves tend to have the persistence to keep trying when others would give up. For example, J.K. Rowling faced multiple rejections for her manuscript of Harry Potter before it became a worldwide phenomenon. If she had let the rejections chip away at her belief in herself, we might never have known the magic of Hogwarts. It shapes your self-perception. Your beliefs shape your perception of the world around you. If you believe you're capable and worthy of success, you'll begin to act accordingly. You'll take initiative, seek opportunities, and make decisions that reflect your potential. On the other hand, if you doubt yourself, you might shrink from challenges, self-sabotage, or settle for less than you deserve. The way you see yourself becomes the lens through which you interact with the world. To overcome fear often stems from self-doubt, a lack of belief in our own abilities. When we don't believe in ourselves, the fear of failure, rejection, or judgment seems much more overwhelming. But when you trust in your own capabilities, fear loses its power. For example, Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, went from selling fax machines door to door to creating a multi-billion-dollar company. She was initially rejected by several manufacturers, but she believed in her vision so strongly that she kept pushing through the adversity. Her belief in herself gave her the courage to take bold risks and ultimately succeed. It promotes growth. Belief in yourself isn't just about having confidence in your current abilities. It's about trusting your capacity to learn, adapt, and grow. Self-belief allows you to view challenges as opportunities to expand your skills, knowledge, and experiences. When you believe that you can grow through your efforts, you'll be more likely to embrace learning and seek improvement, even in the face of failure. This belief fuels personal evolution, which is necessary to break through limitations and achieve bigger goals. It attracts opportunities. When you believe in yourself, others are more likely to believe in you too. Confidence is contagious. People are drawn to those who project self-assurance, and they're more likely to offer opportunities, collaborations, or support. Whether in your career, social life, or personal ventures, self-belief attracts the positive energy you need to make things happen. How to cultivate belief in yourself. If you find that your belief in yourself is lacking or wavering, don't worry. Self-belief is not an innate trait that only some people possess. It can be cultivated, nurtured, and strengthened over time. Here are some practical steps to develop stronger belief in yourself. Shift your focus from doubt to strengths. Instead of focusing on your weaknesses or past failures, take time to acknowledge your strengths and successes. Reflect on your past accomplishments, no matter how small, and recognize what you did to achieve them. Focus on the qualities that have helped you succeed, such as determination, creativity, or resourcefulness. By building on your strengths, you will start to see yourself as capable, worthy, and resilient. Set small, achievable goals. Self-belief grows when we achieve things, even if they are small steps. Setting small, achievable goals and successfully accomplishing them builds your confidence and reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed. Each goal you meet becomes evidence that you can handle the bigger challenges ahead. Challenge negative thoughts. Negative self-talk is one of the most common ways we sabotage our belief in ourselves. Whenever a negative thought arises, challenge it with a positive alternative. For example, if you think, I'm not good enough to succeed, replace that with, I have the skills, resources, and determination to make this work. Reframing negative thoughts takes practice, but with time, you can change the narrative you tell yourself, building a more empowering mindset. Surround yourself with supportive people. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your self-belief. Surround yourself with people who encourage you, believe in you, and inspire you to be your best. Negative or toxic relationships can drain your confidence and make you doubt yourself. Positive relationships, on the other hand, will reinforce your belief in yourself by offering support, encouragement, and constructive feedback. Take risks and step outside your comfort zone. Taking calculated risks, whether in your personal or professional life, is essential for building self-belief. Each time you take a step outside your comfort zone and face your fears, you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling more than you initially thought. Every time you succeed at something challenging, your belief in your own abilities will grow. Visualize. Success visualization is a powerful tool for building belief. Take time each day to visualize yourself achieving your goals, whether it's succeeding in a presentation, completing a marathon, or landing your dream job. Visualizing yourself succeeding creates a mental image of success, and when you can see it, you're more likely to believe it's possible. Practice self-compassion. Self-belief is deeply connected to self-compassion. When you make a mistake or experience failure, don't beat yourself up. Instead, treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would treat a close friend. By forgiving yourself and recognizing that mistakes are part of growth, you free yourself from the grip of self-doubt. Learn from setbacks, don't dwell on them. Failures are not reflections of your abilities. They are learning opportunities. When you encounter setbacks, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Take the lessons, make adjustments, and keep moving forward. Every setback is a stepping stone on the path to success, and by learning from them, you enhance your belief in your ability to bounce back stronger. Celebrate your progress. Don't wait until you've reached the ultimate goal to celebrate. Recognize and celebrate your progress along the way, no matter how small. Acknowledging your successes reinforces your self-worth and gives you motivation to keep pushing forward. Real-world examples of belief in yourself. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah is one of the most well-known examples of someone who overcame personal hardship and self-doubt to achieve extraordinary success. She was told she was unfit for TV, faced numerous rejections, and endured difficult personal circumstances, yet through belief in herself and her mission, she created a media empire and became one of the most influential women in the world. Michael Jordan, often considered the greatest basketball player of all time, was famously cut from his high school basketball team. Rather than allowing this rejection to define him, he believed in his potential and worked tirelessly to improve his skills. His unwavering self-belief led him to 6 NBA championships, 5 MVP awards, and countless accolades. Elon Musk faced skepticism and adversity when launching Tesla and SpaceX. He poured his own money into both ventures despite facing massive financial risks. Believing in the potential of his vision, Musk persisted when others doubted him, and now Tesla and SpaceX are at the forefront of technological innovation. Conclusion. Belief in yourself is the bedrock of success, happiness, and personal growth. It's not about having absolute certainty in every step of the journey, but about having enough trust in your own capabilities to keep moving forward no matter the challenges ahead. Cultivating self-belief takes time, effort, and practice, but the results are worth it. When you believe in yourself, you unlock your true potential. And when you unlock your potential, you open the door to a world of possibilities. The first step toward achieving anything meaningful is always believing that you have the ability to do it. The life you desire starts with belief in yourself. Persistence is key. Persistence is often the defining trait that separates those who succeed from those who give up along the way. It is the unwavering commitment to keep moving forward despite facing setbacks, obstacles, or even failure. In the face of adversity, persistence is what drives you to keep going when everything seems impossible, when the road is long, and when results don't come as quickly as you'd hoped. It is a quality that can be cultivated and nurtured, and it plays a crucial role in achieving any meaningful goal or overcoming any significant challenge. At its core, persistence is about staying focused on your goals, no matter how difficult the journey may be. It's the refusal to accept failure as the final outcome and the belief that each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to success. Life is full of challenges, and often success doesn't come easily or overnight, but with persistence, you build the resilience and determination necessary to achieve long-term success. The importance of persistence is more than just working hard. It's about maintaining that effort over time, even when things get tough. Here's why persistence is essential. It overcomes challenges. The journey to success is rarely linear. Along the way, you will face rejection, failure, criticism, and unexpected obstacles. However, persistence allows you to push through these challenges rather than being discouraged by setbacks. Persistent individuals see them as opportunities for growth. They know that obstacles are temporary and they refuse to let them stand in the way of their goals. Example, Walt Disney faced repeated rejections for his ideas and struggled to get financing for his vision. He was told his ideas were impractical and that he would never succeed. Despite these setbacks, Disney never gave up. His persistence led to the creation of the Disney Empire, which has become one of the most successful entertainment companies in the world. It builds resilience. Persistence strengthens your ability to endure hardship. Each time you encounter a failure or disappointment and keep going, you build resilience. This resilience enables you to face future challenges with more confidence and determination. Over time, persistent individuals develop an inner strength that helps them stay focused even when things don't go as planned. Example, Thomas Edison, one of history's greatest inventors, faced thousands of failures before he successfully created the light bulb. Instead of seeing failure as a reason to stop, Edison viewed it as a necessary step in the process of discovery. He famously said, "I have not failed. I have just found 1,0,0,0,0,0 ways that won't work." His persistence ultimately led to one of the most groundbreaking inventions in history. It turns dreams into reality. Big dreams are often realized through small, consistent actions. It's not the fleeting bursts of effort that create monumental success, but the ability to keep working toward your vision day after day, despite the obstacles. Persistence makes your goals tangible by turning abstract ideas into concrete achievement. Example, Oprah Winfrey faced numerous challenges early in her career, including being fired from her first TV job and facing bias and discrimination as an African-American woman in the media industry. However, her persistence and commitment to her vision for her career helped her become one of the most influential women in the world. It encourages innovation. Persistence often requires thinking creatively and finding new solutions when the original path doesn't work. Instead of quitting, persistent people are willing to adapt, adjust their strategies, and pivot when necessary. It's the willingness to keep trying different approaches that often leads to breakthroughs. Example, Steve Jobs was known for his persistence and his ability to innovate even when the odds were stacked against him. After being ousted from Apple, the company he founded, Jobs didn't give up on his vision. Instead, he went on to create Pixar, which revolutionized animation, and later returned to Apple, where he led the company to new heights with innovations like the iPhone. It builds self-confidence. Persistence is directly tied to self-belief. Every time you push through adversity and achieve a goal, no matter how small, you reinforce your own sense of capability. The more you persist, the more you prove to yourself that you have the strength and resilience to handle whatever life throws at you. This self-confidence propels you to continue chasing your goals with greater determination. Example, Michael Jordan, widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time, faced numerous setbacks and failures early in his career. He was cut from his high school basketball team and faced many challenges in his pursuit of greatness. However, his relentless persistence and belief in himself fueled his success, and he went on to win 6 NBA championships, becoming a global icon. The role of persistence in achieving long-term success. Persistence is especially important when it comes to achieving long-term success. Most major accomplishments require consistent effort over an extended period of time, and the road is often long and filled with hurdles. In these situations, it's easy to become discouraged, but persistence keeps you moving forward. Long-term success isn't just about talent. It's about the consistent application of effort and the ability to keep going when things are tough. Whether you're working on a career, pursuing a personal passion, or striving for self-improvement, persistence is what ensures that you don't lose sight of your goals when faced with difficulty. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the most talented or fortunate. They are simply the ones who kept going when others gave up. They understood that success is often a matter of time, effort, and persistence. How to cultivate persistence. While some people seem naturally persistent, persistence is a trait that can be developed through practice, self-discipline, and mindset shifts. Here are a few ways to cultivate persistence in your life. Develop a clear vision. Having a clear vision of what you want to achieve is crucial for persistence. When you know what you want and why it matters to you, it becomes easier to keep going even when the going gets tough. Break your big goal down into smaller, manageable steps and stay focused on the long-term vision. Stay committed to your goals. Persistence requires commitment, the willingness to stay dedicated to your goals even when you face setbacks or difficulties. Develop a strong sense of purpose and remind yourself of why you started in the first place. Keeping your why in mind helps you stay grounded and focused when challenges arise. Embrace failure as part of the process. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the journey to success. See each failure as a lesson and a stepping stone toward your goal. Instead of being discouraged, look at failure as valuable feedback that can help you improve and adjust your approach. Break big goals into smaller tasks. Large, daunting tasks can make you feel overwhelmed and lead to giving up. Break your big goals into smaller, achievable tasks. Each small win will give you the momentum to keep going. Practice self-discipline. Persistence requires a high level of self-discipline. Stay consistent in your actions even when motivation wanes. Set a routine, create habits that support your goals, and commit to putting in the work day in and day out. Stay optimistic. Maintaining a positive mindset is key to persistence. When you encounter setbacks, keep an optimistic outlook on your ability to overcome them. Optimism fuels persistence, helping you stay energized and hopeful about the future. Surround yourself with support. Persistence doesn't mean doing everything alone. Surround yourself with supportive people who can motivate you, hold you accountable, and encourage you when times are tough. Having a support system strengthens your resilience and makes the journey easier to endure. Celebrate small wins. Celebrate the small victories along the way to keep your motivation high. Acknowledging progress helps you stay motivated and reminds you that your persistence is paying off. Real-life examples of persistence. Albert Einstein. Einstein was once considered a slow learner and faced numerous academic challenges early in his life. Despite this, his persistence in studying physics and mathematics led him to develop the theory of relativity, one of the most important scientific breakthroughs in history. Evan Williams, one of the co-founders of Twitter, Williams experienced several failed ventures before hitting success with Twitter. He faced numerous obstacles in his career, but his persistence in building tech companies, learning from past failures, and adapting to new ideas ultimately led him to create a revolutionary platform. Lady Gaga. Before becoming an international pop icon, Lady Gaga faced rejection after rejection after rejection. Her early music career was filled with struggle, and she was dropped by several record labels. However, her persistence and dedication to her craft paid off, and she became one of the most successful artists in the world. Conclusion: persistence is the bridge between dreams and reality. It's the inner strength that pushes you to continue working toward your goals, even when the odds are stacked against you. It's the willingness to keep going despite setbacks, failures, and hardships. Persistence doesn't guarantee success overnight, but it ensures that you'll eventually reach your destination. By cultivating persistence, you can transform obstacles into opportunities, setbacks into learning experiences, and failures into stepping stones toward greater achievements. With persistence, no dream is too big, no challenge is too great, and no goal is unattainable. Keep going, keep striving, and remember that persistence is the key that unlocks the door to success.